How's it going, everybody? Review Man here. And today, have y'all ever had detention? I know I've had it a few times. Well, today's movie is called Deadly Detention. It's about five people and a principal and a security guard. They all go to this, they all have Saturday morning detention. And they would have had it at a school, but the school is being fumigated for possums in the school. And this movie looks like it takes place in Arizona. So the movie starts off with these five kids, or five teenagers. One's one's religious, one's a jock, one's a preppy, one is just an outcast, and the other one is just another one. So they're all sitting in detention when their principal, Miss Presley, comes in and is like, okay, I want all y'all to do a word essay about, I forgot what the essay was about. It was about something. And so what she decides to do is she's like tells them no talking, and they're all getting to know each other. Let's see, let me introduce you to some of the players in our story. Let's see, let me introduce you to some of these people. Let's see, no, we don't want all that. And, so yeah, the movie, everybody, it's pretty much like a horror movie version of The Breakfast Club. It's pretty much this is what I can describe it as. It's pretty much a horror slash gore movie version of The Breakfast Club meets Scooby-Doo. And all through the movie, they're trying to figure out who this killer is. They think it's the principal, but the principal comes back as dead, and the principal's like, let me in, let me in, let me in. And they're all in this holding cell in the prison. And the movie's going on. They're going through like all this, they're investigating the prison while being monitored by this they're being monitored by this mysterious, they think it's a ghost. So the movie's going on, they're being tracked, they're hearing all these, they're going exploring all this prison, and the ghost, what they think is a ghost, is pretty much tracking them all throughout the movie. And he's killing them off one by one by one by one until it's this girl right here. Until it's this girl right here. Her name is Melissa. Melissa comes face to face with the, she's pretty much the flirt of the group. She's pretty much the popular girl. She comes face to face with the killer, and while she's here, and yeah, she comes face to face with the killer, and the killer it turns out to be is a security guard the whole time, and he's just pretty much doing it because she's like, his daughter committed suicide, and his daughter was like, goes to school, and he didn't want anybody to know, and the daughter didn't want anybody to know that her dad was a security guard, or Hulk, what she calls a hall cop, and or like a school resource officer or whatever. And so the school resource officer is the killer, and he's also the father of the girl that committed suicide because of so-called bullying. But what it was her dad was bullying her at home, and he wanted to cover up the whole I bullied my daughter thing by making, it's a big cover-up thing. And yeah, so he's like, oh, you bullied my daughter, you bullied my daughter. And Melissa, she wears this locket around her neck, and the locket is her and the girl that committed suicide. They were friends. And so yeah, she's like, she comes face to face with the killer, which is actually a security guard. And let me fast forward a little bit. Fast forwarding it, and you think everybody's dead in this movie, but they're not. That's like a stupid plot twist they have at the end of this movie. It's one of the most stupidest plot twists, and also this prison is set up like a Saw movie, and yeah, it's pretty much like one of the stupidest plot twists. See, this is what I meant. This is the this is the girl that supposedly committed suicide, and she's trying to figure it out. And this is her. That's the killer.
Some invisible nobody to you people.
That's the killer. That's the dad. That's the mall cop. And he's pretty much telling her that they forced her daughter they forced his daughter by bullying to commit suicide. And she's like, nah, she's my friend. She's my friend. And he's like, no, she's my friend. And then Melissa's about to die. Melissa's about to die here. And then the principal that's supposedly dead comes back. And she's like, no, I thought you were dead. He's like, no, I just got a little knocked out. And she comes back and she saves the day. And they pretty much walk away after she knocks the security guard over the head with her Principal of the Year statue. They pretty much walk away, and she's like, what about the rest of them? What about the rest of the other 5? Oh, they're a little banged up, but they'll be alright. They're not going to be pretty come picture day, but they'll be alright. And so that's pretty much Deadly Detention. I told you, it's a bit of a cheap movie, but all the people that died in this movie, they come back. It's kind of like I was telling my coworkers about this. He's like, it's like a politically correct horror movie. They're all dead, but they're not really dead. So yeah. Oh yeah, and so this movie, I wasn't gonna review it at first, but I did. And let's see. Go back here. Let's see. And this movie, I kind of had, whenever I started watching it, I kind of had like a, okay, look, this is the bus ride at the beginning, introducing the people. Melissa. Or Lexi, that's her name, Lexi. Barrett, that's his name. And that's, Kevin. Jessica. Okay, this is show. I think his daughter's name was Melissa, if I remember right. Taylor. And those are our 5 people in the movie. Everybody survives, but Lexi is friends with his daughter. Yeah, Lexi is friends with his daughter. And so yeah, that's pretty much the whole movie. It's I told you, it's pretty much like a Scooby-Doo mystery meets Breakfast Club type thing, because in Breakfast Club they had detention. So yeah, that's pretty much it's Deadly Detention. And the reason they all had detention was because the security guard right here, he set up like different different deployment, no, not deployment, he pretty much set all these kids up because they were pretty much, he pretty much found them responsible for bullying his daughter, which he did all along. That's pretty much it. Dad pretty much mad at a bunch of teenagers for so-called bullying his daughter when it was his doing all along. Kind of sounds like something off a Lifetime movie. But anyway, I am the review man. You are you. Thank you for watching this review / discussion of Deadly Detention. A dad pretty much mad at a bunch of teenagers that takes upon himself to set up a whole school possum defumigation thing to get them in a detention in a prison, so they can't hear nobody can hear them scream. It's kind of stupid, but it's kind of cheesy. So I am the review man. You are you. Again, thank you for watching, and like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff, and watch out for my next review. And don't get attention.